May the peace of Allah be upon you. In Islam, one of the innate elements instilled by the Creator in humans is the feeling of free will in the actions within his choice. This free will is divine justice, because each human bears the consequences of his choices. Then Allah rewards him for good deeds and punishes him for the bad. Atheism tells us that there is no creator, no innate nature, and no soul. Rather, we are pure matter, a group of atoms. Atheists were asked, how then do you explain the fact that the human finds in himself the freedom to choose his actions? He can choose to buy or not, speak or not, write or not, while atoms from which the human is made have no awareness or choice. They simply follow known biochemical laws. So, if we are governed by the material nature of these atoms, and our actions are simply the result of genes and nerve impulses produced by chance, then we are nothing more than robots programmed to do specific tasks. Have you ever seen a robot choosing to do a task it was not programmed for? Thus, we are, according to your materialism, robots of flesh, just like the metal robots. So, how do you explain free will, given all of this? Such questions elicit confused and muddled answers from atheists, as in this meeting with Richard Dawkins and Lawrence Krauss. When Dawkins admits that this question scares him, and that is rational, and materialist convictions about the non-existence of a free will clash with his strong personal impression of its existence. As usual, atheists evade such dilemmas by denying obvious facts and contradicting intuitive mental axioms. Hence, many of them denied the existence of free will, just as they denied necessary truths, moral values, religiosity, and sense of purpose for life. Dawkins, in his book, River Out of Eden, says, DNA neither cares nor knows. DNA just is, and we dance to its music. In other words, we are robots controlled by genes. And the atheist neuroscientist Sam Harris, at the start of his book, Free Will, says, free will is an illusion. He also describes the human being as a biochemical puppet. A biochemical puppet. This idea is also depicted in the cover page image of his book. Yet, on the same cover, he prides himself on authoring the bestseller, The End of Faith. This is the great achievement of the enlightened atheists, convincing their followers that there is no God and that they are mere puppets. Furthermore, ecology and evolution genetics professor Jerry Coyne writes an article titled, You Don't Have Free Will. This view is harmonious with atheism and materialism, that there must be no free will. However, did atheists escape this dilemma by simply denying it? Or did they fall into an ocean of contradictions and endless questions? If the human truly has no choice, what is the justification for punishing him if he commits a crime, kills, robs, rapes, tortures, and commits every atrocity? Why punish him when he is a victim of genes which steer him against his will? Also, if a generous, altruistic, and self-sacrificing person is compelled to be thus, why praise him? Is it not strange that Sam Harris, who describes people as biochemical puppets, is the very same person who suggested throwing a nuclear bomb on Muslims to get rid of their evil? Isn't it also strange how atheists are so keen to abolish what they call the delusion of God from existence, yet show a lack of zeal in abolishing the other delusion? In their view, the delusion of human free will? Even though this delusion punishes poor criminals who are genetically forced to be criminals. Moreover, if there is no free will and a believer is compelled to believe while an atheist is compelled to atheism, why do atheists zealously invite others to atheism? If humans have no free will to change their belief system, isn't it funny how atheists write books to convince us that there is no free will, when this means that their writings are not rational intentional acts, but simply letters placed randomly by biochemical reactions? Moreover, it goes without saying that such reactions have no urge to seek the truth, let alone find it. What's the value of learning if a person lacks free will, through which he filters true knowledge from falsehood? If he is driven involuntarily to specific results, regardless of whether they are true or not? Is it not a fact that the root of the word mind in the Arabic language is derived from restraint? Our human mind restrains us from being led around like beasts. Doesn't this make atheists mindless? Because, by denying free will, they are compelled to do what they do, without any restraint? Isn't it hilarious that, after all this, atheists call themselves free thinkers, while their denial of free will and necessary truths, as discussed in episode 5, means a human can neither be a thinker nor free. Isn't it comical that atheists talk about human dignity, while their atheism means a human with no mind, no morals, no purpose, and no free will? Just chemical scum steered by chance, like a puppet? Such endless questions slap atheists in the face, as they deny the existence of free will and the soul, and claim that we are abstract matter driven by genes. However, there is another very important question. When atheists failed to explain immaterial innate phenomena, such as religiosity, moral tendency, and free will, ignored their indication of the existence of a creator, and attributed them to genes, did they provide any scientific evidence for their alternative explanation? Or was it just blind faith in something unseen without evidence? A delusion to fill their knowledge gaps? Are atheist scientists being scientific with such interpretations? Or are they fooling themselves and others? This is what we will find out next episode, Allah willing. May the peace of Allah be upon you all.